Hello, welcome to my channel, The Grape Jelly Library, where we love to talk about books. My name is Bloss, and I am so glad you could join me. I always look forward to your visit. Table topics time. If you could be any athlete for a single game, who would you choose? I'm not very sporty in the sense of watching any kind of athletes. I think maybe I would say Babe Ruth, in a game where he would promise a child that he was going to hit it out of the park. This one is for them. And then when he would get up to bat, he would look at the kid and he would point, straight ahead, and then he'd swing the bat and the ball would just magically fly through the air and become a home run. So to bring that kind of joy and excitement to a youngin', so I'm going to say Babe Ruth, because quite often when he promised home runs to children, he kept his word. So I know that's not a specific game, but that's the answer I'm going with. Comment below, let me know if you could be any athlete for one game. Any athlete for one game, who would you be? Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a tag. This tag came about because Melinda over at a Web of Stories was having a bad day, and it was one of those days where everything just annoys you. We all have those days. She decided to take advantage of those annoyances and put them down on paper. And it just so happened some of the annoyances were book related. So she did a video on that, and I will link her channel below. You could go over and check it out. So Kelly over at Books That I Am Not Reading, Books I'm Not Reading, I will also link her channel below. She weaponized this into a tag, and it's kind of taking off. So it's a fun little tag, and it's called I Am Annoyed, the I Am Annoyed tag. So 10 prompts, and we're going to see how I do. I'm going to try to have a zen state of mind and not let anything really annoy me. Okay, so number 1, do publishers ever do things that you find annoying? Share an example. Nothing that I find annoying, but perhaps things I don't like. I don't like when they take a very good book and they intermingle it with a movie kind of vibe. So what I'm talking about is if they put on the cover now a Netflix series. Me, a person who doesn't watch television or movies, that kind of ruins the book for me. I would much rather read a book than watch a movie. So when you put that on there, it's kind of like, for me, you're putting on a stamp of disapproval as far as I'm concerned, because I really don't have an interest in if it's now a Netflix series. Number 2, have you ever been annoyed by a spoiler? Even something as simple as someone else telling you there's a great twist. No, I feel like trying to describe a book is very tricky in that, you do your best not to reveal any pertinent information. And that's kind of a tricky thing to do. So now I'm understanding. Plus, like when I open that book and I read that little blurb on the inside of the jacket, I feel like it's just touching on what the book is about. There's going to be a whole bunch of other plot twists and turns and characters, and we're going to dive deeper into the story. So no, I feel like it's just touching on the basic of what the book is about. All right, and I guess to add to that, I would say the only thing that would really annoy me is the big reveal. If you went ahead and told me how the book ended. I'm not one of those people that go straight to the end of the book and read the ending first and then start the book. I like the element of surprise, and I kind of want to, you know, get there myself. So yeah, if you're not going to tell me the big reveal, then I'm perfectly fine with anything that you want to tell me about the book, because it's okay. It's okay. Okay, number 3. Have you ever been annoyed by what discovered in a little free library? Maybe, have you ever been annoyed by what you discovered in a little free library, a book sale, or used bookstore? Tell us what you found and why it was so annoying. We don't have a lot of book shops in my area, so I have to do a little bit of traveling to get to a used bookstore, but coincidentally it's a new/used bookstore, and rather than put the used books in its own section for one to peruse, used books only or new books only, they kind of intermingle it in the center aisles. You will be looking at a bunch of new books, and then all of a sudden you'll see a used book by the sticker. Like it'll say throughout the store, look for our stickers that signified the used books, and they just, you know, they just insert them amongst the new ones, and that's kind of annoying to me. And oh, and my library has a book sale every year, and I think the only thing I find annoying about it is they run out of table room, and so they have to work out of packing boxes. And sometimes these packing boxes might go like 15, 20 boxes long and maybe 4 boxes out. So if I want a book that's in the box along the wall, I have to like be a gymnast and kind of maneuver myself in a forward slanting position over 3 huge boxes to try and reach. And I'm not that tall, so it never works. So I have to go get help. Just like a little kid, I have to go ask for help because I can't reach the books that are in the box along the wall. So yeah, and there's no other way to get to it because it's just like the boxes are bumped up against each other. So there's no walkway or anything like that. You just need a tall person. All right. Number 4, when it comes to short story collections, are you annoyed if there's a novella in the middle of the collection? Yeah, believe it or not, I am a get to the point kind of person. I don't like to beat around the bush. So if I'm reading a story and it's veering off of the subject and creating another story within that story, that could get kind of confusing. It's not fun for me, and I don't enjoy that. So I would say that's a bit annoying. Number 5, deckled edges, beautiful or annoying. They are beautiful. What a nice change of scenery, change of pace. If I'm reading my normal everyday books and then my next read is a book with deckled edges, I appreciate it, I enjoy it, and I look forward to it. So yeah, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm a paper lover, a pen lover and a paper lover, and I appreciate the different grades and qualities of paper, so absolutely. Number 6, other people's annotations in a used book or library book, annoying, or are you okay with it? You know, how do I answer this one? I'm gonna say I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because I like my books pristine. I don't like them dog-eared or marked up or written in. So yeah, that would deter me from buying the book. However, this is not to be confused with the fact that I love when people annotate. And so if a book is being marketed specifically, the annotations of maybe a famous person, then sure, you know, I know what I'm getting into. So that part, that wouldn't bother me. And since I like to get into other people's minds and see how they think, if it was given to me, then I would treasure it, value it. You know, I would handle it with kid gloves because I would just think it's just so special. But do you see the difference in annotations in a book given as a gift, as opposed, and that would be a person that I know or know of, versus me just going out there buying a book and having it all marked up. I don't think I would like that. Number 7, if there's a series or a collection of certain kinds of books, like an imprint, and changes are made, are you annoyed or okay with it? If yes, give us an example. I'm okay with it. I understand marketing, I understand business, and maybe this is not quite what they meant by buyer beware, but I don't know, maybe that pertains to this. If I buy a book and it's a plain Janer, and then maybe 2 years later they come out with this spectacular one where the pages are blue, or you know, the cover is just glistening with gold, I don't know, then that will be up to me whether I want to purchase that again. If they've added to the story or embellished it in any way, that is my decision whether I want to reinvest in that book or not. But as far as them shortening a story or elaborating, adding, you know, it's kind of like buying an album, right? When you were a teenager, you have the album, but now they come out with an album. It's the same songs, it's greatest hits, but now they include a bonus track. Well, that's up to the purchaser, whether they want to invest in that or not. So no, it doesn't annoy me at all. You get your money, however you have to get your money. Okay. Number 8, do the decisions of characters in a novel ever annoy you? Share the book and what decisions you found annoying. Okay. Yeah, they do. So I'm going to say definitely the book that I just finished, Monday's Not Coming. I'm going to do a review on that. So I won't say too much about that here. The only other book that is coming to mind right now, well, I don't know. Maybe Death Valley by Melissa Broder. She went into a desert with low cell phone battery and 2 bottles of water and very little food, and didn't tell anybody where she was going. I don't necessarily agree with that move. So, and then there's this little book called A Little Life by Hannah Yanagihara, and I think the characters in that book annoyed me enough for me to put the book down and walk away. Was not a fan. Okay, number 9. Are you ever annoyed by how someone organizes their books? Nope. Put them in a milk crate. Put them in a box. Put them, I don't know. Where do you want to put your books? On a shelf? Stack them on the floor from floor to ceiling? You do what you got to do. So no, it doesn't annoy me, but the only thing that would annoy me is if your stacks were messy, if they were just untidy. And books are treasures, and they are to be treated as such. So if your books are just like all thrown over the place, I'm gonna want to organize them. But other than a messy pile of books, nope. Any way you want to display your books is, cool with me. And I really enjoy the creativeness of what people do with their books and how they display them. I like, that ingenuity and going, oh, I never would have thought to do that, but look how nice that looks. So that's how I roll. Number 10, share something bookish that you find annoying. Dirty books. I don't like dirty books. Dirty books meaning if you're eating pizza and you got some on your thumb and now your thumbprint is on the white page. I don't like that. I don't like if you spilled coffee, or maybe you were eating blueberry cake and a blueberry fell out and now we got a blue stain on the book. I don't like that. I don't like dirty books. It's annoying, especially if it's like a library book and other people have to read it. I feel like, we should be respectful of A, it's not our property, and B, somebody else is going to be reading this, and so we don't want to junk it all up. So that's that. Now I have to tag other people. Okay, I am going to tag Nicole's Bookish Nook, Hannah's Books, Tangible Reads, Bookstalgic, Fiber Artsy Reads, Roy Reads Anything, Why the Book Wins, Bookish, Sean the Book Maniac, and Drinking by My Shelf. If you like this tag and you want to do it, then by all means, please do. I would look forward to finding out what annoys you or what doesn't annoy you as far as books go. Until my next video, know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and may all your dreams come true.